Haiti, where people are marking 10 years since a massive earthquake killed hundreds of thousands of people.
Haitian President Jovenel Moise was on hand for today's memorial events, and he sat down face-to-face with our own Calvin Hughes, who was live in Port-au-Prince tonight with what he had to say. Calvin.
Well, you know, this was a day 10 years ago when just about everyone lost a family member, friend, or a neighbor, and everyone was helping each other through that disaster. Today, President Jovenel Moise called on all Haitians who are deeply divided over politics to once again come together.
Flowers placed at St. Christophe, a burial ground for mass graves of tens of thousands of earthquake victims, led by President Jovenel Moise and his wife on Haiti's darkest day. The ground began to shake at 4:53 p.m., lasting 38 seconds. No one saw it coming, and no one stood a chance. The government estimates the disaster claimed 316,000 lives.
More than 1.5 million people were left living in 10 cities, and equally that many were injured from the quake.
Haiti's President Jovenel Moise says some progress in the past decade has been blocked by political infighting.
Starting to do roads in the whole country, but some people weren't happy. Some people not happy that they blocked the project. Some of the equipment set on fire.
He says he would like to have Haitians living all over the world, especially in South Florida, more involved in government affairs. But that will take changing Haiti's constitution.
To say it, the constitution needs to change to have a society who is more inclusive, where we have our brothers and sisters abroad who can come here.
Haitians' trust in government had already collapsed long before the quake. Somehow, everyone seems to manage here. If it's really true that you will get beauty for ashes, a decade later, Haiti is still waiting.
Here's part of a statement from the U.S. State Department today, and Mike Pompeo, the Secretary of State. We uphold the memories of those who perished and reflect on the courage, heroism, and strength of the Haitian people who continue to strive to build a country that honors the memory of those who passed. And you know, the most amazing thing happened at 4:53 this afternoon, the exact time when the earthquake struck 10 years ago. A rainbow appeared in the sky, perhaps a symbol of hope for a country that could use a lot of that. I'll send it back to you, Alex and Andrew.
And Calvin, before we let you go, I kind of want to know, what moment covering the quake do you remember most from, 10 years ago?
You know, there are a couple of moments that I remember. One is the smell of death in the air. And for those who could not afford to have masks, they put toothpaste under their nose, on their top lip, so that they would not smell the death in the air. And also a second thing, too. I saw people walking from the airport after their homes had collapsed. And they were chanting and singing gospel songs. And I asked my interpreter what they were doing and why they were doing it. He said they were doing it because many of them felt like if the earthquake had spared them, that they had a greater purpose, and so they were hoping to find their purpose in the days and weeks ahead of their lives.
Some strong words and images there, Calvin. Thank you so much.